lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
Vasco de Gama. Oh no, what has happened here? And he's in a decent chance! And it's there! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Vasco de Gama, palpably stronger, better, superior.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Gives it back, and it's Rui Costa. McAllister, and here's Vinicius Junior. He's in plenty of space here. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now, can they get him away? Oh, super find. He's found a way through. Goes for a shot! They want to be quick. Oh, what has happened here? Now, this could be a chance. Rui Costa. Totti. Well read, nice interception. Forwards and with intent. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Rui Costa. He's shifting through the gears here. That's a sharp pass. Rafinha. Marquinhos. McAllister is the team's great visionary. Now it's Bojan. Well, that's beautifully weighted. McAllister.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Vinicius Junior, and he has been fouled there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Oh, that's a key interception. Kukçu. Rafinha. And he's had it nicked away. McAllister. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Bojan. And here's Totti. Now it's Bojan. To McAllister. And here's Vinicius Junior. Rafinha. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Oh, this is a side which is purring. Picture perfect. A win they will relish, having pulverised. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle. The great Samuel Eto'o, Jim. One of Africa's all-time greats.
Easily amongst the best ever, Peter. Powerful, prolific, pure class. There wasn't a defender in Europe who didn't fear this guy.
Plays it across. Good read, needed to be. No way through. Bellingham does really well to win the ball there. It's a really well-measured ball. And this is Sané. Real chance! Goal! Vasco da Gama! And it's Vasco da Gama who take the lead. Simplicity itself.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Schneider!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
Bellingham. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And it's Sané. Oh, well measured. He has a look up. Howson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Mohamed Salah. Neymar. And here's Sané. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar tries to cross. He leaps for it. Well taken goal. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Devoid of any complexity, but boy, was that certain.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
Vasco da Gama are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Still pretty early days, but the difference in fortune is very clear. Baresi. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Pelé. Oh, that's a key interception. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Spread to the right. Knocks it into space. Salah. Sané. Shoots! All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a... He's going for goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Salah. And here's Sané. Goes for goal! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Dani Olmo. This is a promising build-up. That has been slung wide. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Neymar. And Sané. Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence. Sané was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Dani Olmo. Good ball, good take. Real chance! Messi! Oh, split-second reaction.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Tries a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Koundé is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
First quarter of an hour gone. Zanetti. Neither side yet able to find the net. Marquinhos. And it's Salah. Now it's Sané. Sané going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Mbappe. Nicely weighted ball. Baresi makes the interception. Well, that pass isn't the best. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Neymar. Well, that has not gone well. Mohamed Salah. Sané. Neymar. Shapes to shoot! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Melbourne City are looking to go forward now. And this is Messi. Sané. Sané will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Takes aim, Sané! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Now it's Messi. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Shot could be on. 15 minutes till half-time. Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Rodri. Passing is crisp and sharp. And the finish! Olise. Now it's Sané. Neymar. Nicely worked. And he's there to clear it. Vasco da Gama ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Bellingham does well to get it back. And it's Zanetti. Dani Olmo. That's a sharp pass. Sané. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable... And Sané! Corner number 2 then. And that has been cleared. And it's made its way to him. And the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Melbourne City have it back and can go again. And it's Messi. Neymar producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. This looks promising. Sané, looking for the run. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. So, a temporary halt to the action. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So there was the first half.
Vasco da Gama certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. So we're underway for the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. He slings it in. It's a goal kick. Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. And here's Sané. Oh, super find. He is through here. Oh, good block. And it's come back out to him. And that's a good finish. It is an explosive start to the second half. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
So we have the first goal.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Sané engages and forces him off the ball. Oh. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Rodri. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe.
Just needs a little bit of fine-tuning.
It's a pretty loose pass. And that's gone loose. Dani Olmo.
Vasco da Gama are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Sané. And there's green grass ahead of him. And a shot! Brilliant save from Donnarumma! Doué. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Passes short and sharp. Great ball, and he's in here, and the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 3 coming up. Impressive jump. Not a bad try by any means.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Baresi. Vasco da Gama do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Well, played right into his path. And he's found a way past. Chance, surely! Well taken goal. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Melbourne City are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to...
And a chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Bojan Kirkic deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Maldini gets across to intercept that. Oh, that was vital.
Melbourne City really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Deftly away. Vasco da Gama will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Rodri cuts out the pass, and it's Olmo. He's under a lot of pressure there. Now it's Bojan. Can he get it through? Mohamed Salah gets flagged offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 27.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 15, Danny Olmo. Number 24,
Koundé.
Desiree Doué. Number 6, Mbappe.
That's been cut out, well played. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Oh, easy pickings there. Bellingham. Isum. He's in a great position here. Now it's Totti. Totti. Oh, that's fabulous. Totti with getting up there.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rodri. And it's Koundé. Oh, played through for the wide man. No, that's been intercepted.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Excellent interception. Rijkaard. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Ball's played through. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He's shifting through the gears here. He has a look up.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Time added on 4 minutes. And he cuts out the supply. Havertz. And here's Vinicius Junior. And he's intervened well there. So that's it. It is all over. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. The Urbano Caldeira, it really is a wonderful place to be. A ground graced by some of the greatest in Brazilian football, heroes and legends. Things already rolling. Well, plenty has been said and written about Steven Gerrard's many, many talents, but if you had to pick out one strength in... Lookman! Sane charging forward, the ball at his feet. That's a little off target. Oh, that's superb. Gerrard. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham. And it's Neymar. Pinches it off him. Looking to play him in. Oh, that's a key interception. Bellingham. Sané. Now Neymar. Can he stop it going out? It's a pretty loose pass. And he's only too happy to take that back.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And Sané! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Sané clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Vasco da Gama with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Gerrard, and he's running through. Gerrard had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Olise. Neither side yet able to find the net. And this is Sané. That is great defending, so alert.
Lookman, they've got to be quick moving this forward.
Can he get it through? Lookman! And the shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Lookman actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Not the most accurate pass. Could move up a gear here. Neymar. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And here's Olise. Irwin.
Santos really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Mbappe.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Marquinhos. Baresi. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. This is a promising build-up. Sané! They've got to be quick to recover this. Corner number 2 then. Santos have the chance to go the other way. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, what a ball! And smartly reached. Chance! Goal! Vasco da Gama! How very smart. He just got it right.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
Vasco da Gama have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Now it's Mbappe. Now that looks a decent ball. This looks promising.
Vasco da Gama can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Sané. Now this could be a chance. Corner then. Vasco da Gama have their third corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Santos are looking to go forward now. Aimed beyond the defence. He might be in here! Takes a shot! And he hits the net! They are purring, truly purring! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity and soon enough, they'll get another break.
A heavy challenge. And this could be the final action of the first half. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. They're up to 5 corners now. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And the finish! And it's there! And with that, he takes home the match ball. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Vasco da Gama absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves, just stay calm and see this one out.
Vasco da Gama looking like the only team in this. They lead by 3. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Rijkaard. And that has put paid to that. Pressing high and with purpose. Lookman. De Bruyne going forward. Santos ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And he's quick to return it. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. It's Salah! Lacking in accuracy. Gerrard. Olise. Looking for options for movement. Mohamed Salah. Olise. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, shooting chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Corner count is rising. That's 6. That's a decent clearance. Can he finish? A whisker away from making it 4.
Oh, how about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish imperfection.
Baresi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. De Bruyne! De Bruyne! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Well read, and the danger is averted. He's going to be disappointed with that. Rice. Lookman.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's gone for goal, and that's a tidy finish. That is his ton, and does he not know it? Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
Vasco da Gama have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
And it's Bellingham. Referee's given a throw.
Substituição no time do Santos. Camisa 15.
Vasco da Gama perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Camisa 21.
De Bruyne knocks it into space. Bellingham. Rijkaard. Mohamed Salah. De Bruyne. Gerrard. Olise. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And it's Bellingham. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's a really well-measured ball. He is through here! Can he finish? Oh, the ball's run loose here. De Bruyne. Now it's Ferran Torres. That is a great pick-out. Maldini, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. And no, that was never going to make it. De Bruyne. And it's De Bruyne. De Bruyne stood his ground strongly. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Rice. Neymar. Gerrard makes the interception. Ferran Torres. Great chance! Maldini. Neymar, given the lift of his goal. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Gerrard. For De Bruyne. And here's Ferran Torres. And the shot's on here. Vasco da Gama needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking.
Substituição no time do Santos. Camisa 18.
Rui Costa ready to try one. And this is the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them.
Camisa 27. Substituição.
Rui Costa!
3 minutos de acréscimo.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Rodri. Tries to play it through. Real chance here. He's had a shot! It's in! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Absolute.
And that is as far as it goes. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best... Vasco da Gama do have the look of a team with genuine ambition. Already on the cusp of promotion, they are looking to make a statement here. We are more than ready. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. Vasco da Gama need all the support they can get here. To say this is crucial would be to understate massively. Olise. This is promising. He's found a way through.
Olise clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Olise, will be very much on show here. He's, I think, superb in that position on the right-hand side. I don't want to see him moved anywhere else in the team.
Oh, good effort! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Defending of the desperate variety. It's a pretty loose pass. Neymar. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Sané. And the shot! Oh, he's hit the bar! And another try!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Vasco da Gama definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Neymar. Under an awful lot of pressure. Sané! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Batistuta does really well to win the ball there. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Bellingham was in no mood for any of that. That's going wide left. Neymar plays it in. And he's taking no chances there. Ronaldinho conjures time and space where few can. Sané. Neymar! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. And the pass is intercepted. No goals as yet. Looking for the run. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Bellingham touches it back. Oh, that is... And a shot! Oh, easy pickings there. McAllister. Beckenbauer. Now Van der Ven. And it's Ronaldinho. That is good strength. Now it's Batistuta. Marquinhos with the foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
He's a lucky boy. I've seen cards issued for less. Here's hoping he stays out of further trouble.
Oh, nearly. Has a look and plays it forward. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Totti. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that is a little undercooked. Ødegaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Olise. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Ødegaard. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. That's a shade optimistic. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Al Nassr clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Olise. Neymar going forward. It's Neymar! Oh, off the bar! Cleared without hesitation. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Totti. Now it's Ronaldinho. McAllister. Olise. And for the first half, that is that. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, no goals so far, but it's certainly not through lack of effort. They've had quite a few opportunities so far, but their shooting, not good enough.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. So right back into the action.
Vasco da Gama have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And here's Sané. Ødegaard. Van de Ven. And it's Ronaldinho. McAllister. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Vasco da Gama are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Olise. Totti. And here's Mohamed Salah. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Olise. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Sané. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Ronaldinho. Can he get on the end of this? And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, good climb! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
The attendance for this match was 50,
just about up to the hour now. Out towards the flank. Costa Curta. That is lovely.
Oh, really well played.
Olise. And he's made sure that's not getting through. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Mohamed Salah. Ødegaard. To McAllister. Spread out to the left. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Bellingham. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get it? Oh, shooting chance! There's a goal! Finally, the crucial opener.
Well, they clearly fancy their chances now of winning this. A lead at this time that really seems to have re-energised them.
That was a given. It always was.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Substitution on the field. Number 14.
So we have movement on both benches.
Well, I suppose, Peter, in a tight game like this is as good a time as any to make a change.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
Now, can they get him away? So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour. Al Nassr are stuck in Central Station, and they might find a fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
He's shifting through the gears here.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Not the worst challenge in the world, Peter, but this really isn't the time for it, is it?
And it's Buryan. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. That pass has been well intercepted. Park Ji-sung. Rui Costa is always scanning the pitch for targets. Vasco da Gama are looking to secure promotion, but they are going to have to do it the hard way by the looks of things.
It's giving their manager more than just a headache, as you can see. He's going to have to make some big decisions in what remains.
Batistuta shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Substitution on the field. Number 18.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
That has not gone well.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Threads one in. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's picked his way through. Delivers with header! Oh, wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A statement win on a crucial day. Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So off we go then.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger fullback...
It's Rashford! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Rashford just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out...
Olise! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Goal! Vasco da Gama! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Could move up a gear here. Nicely weighted ball. Zanetti. Now it's Sané. He shifted it to the flank. Zanetti. It's a promising position. Oh, well played. Szoboszlai. And they can counter here. That is ended up in no man's land. Olise. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Neymar. That's a nicely shaped ball. And that is expertly dealt with. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And it's Rijkaard. And this is Mohamed Salah. And the shot! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Vasco da Gama are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Now it's Mbappe. So what can they make of this? You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well, that has not gone well. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run.
Real chance! He's got a goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And here's Sané. Good read, needed to be. He's having a shot! Oh, good finish. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Oh, good take and a good air.
Goes for a shot!
That could spell... And again! And that's a sharp finish. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, what